Welcome to a new video of a historical journey. Today, we present to you During the 19th century Industrial Revolution, architecture and housing construction underwent significant changes due to the introduction of revolutionary technologies and materials. The mass production of materials such as steel and glass transformed the way houses were built, giving rise to new architectural styles and ways of life. The mass production of steel allowed for a revolution in construction. Steel, being stronger than wood, became an essential material for building structures, providing greater stability. This allowed for more open and flexible designs. Tall, multi-story buildings became more common, transforming the urban landscape. The mass production of glass opened up new architectural possibilities. Windows and facades could be larger, allowing for more natural light. This influenced the aesthetics of homes and the quality of life for inhabitants. The use of industrially manufactured bricks for walls became popular during the Revolution. Bricks, more durable and resistant than some earlier materials, became a fundamental component of housing construction. The introduction of these materials led to new housing typologies. Houses adopted a more robust and durable aesthetic, and steel structures allowed for the creation of apartment buildings and residential blocks. The Industrial Revolution brought about a massive migration of people from rural areas to cities in search of employment in factories. This led to accelerated urbanization and the need to build housing for a growing population. Mass housing construction responded to the demand for accommodations for the working class employed in factories. Working class neighborhoods were built with compact and affordable housing, often attached and designed to maximize space. The availability of new materials and construction techniques influenced residential architecture. Homes adopted more standardized and efficient forms, and ornamental elements gave way to a more functional aesthetic. While industrialization brought improvements in construction and housing availability, it also posed challenges in terms of living conditions. Urban congestion and inadequate planning impacted the quality of life in industrial cities. The 19th century industrialization, while bringing significant advances in construction and housing availability, also introduced considerable challenges that negatively affected living conditions in industrial cities. The rapid expansion of urban areas to accommodate the growing labor force migrating from rural areas in search of factory employment led to a series of social problems and tensions. The high demand for labor in the industry led to rapid urban growth, resulting in the rapid and sometimes disorderly construction of housing. Many of these homes were small, attached, and lacked proper hygiene conditions. Rapid industrialization led to extremely high population density in urban areas. This contributed to congestion on streets, competition for basic resources, and a lack of space for the development of proper infrastructure. Urban expansion often occurred without proper planning. The lack of urban planning resulted in narrow streets, a lack of parks and green spaces, and an uneven distribution of basic services such as clean water and sewage systems. The speed at which industrial cities expanded exceeded the capacity for developing basic infrastructure. The lack of wide roads, efficient public transportation, and proper sanitation systems contributed to daily problems and affected the health and well-being of residents. Additionally, the lack of ventilation, natural lighting, and adequate sanitary facilities contributed to the spread of diseases and unsanitary conditions. Industrialization also brought environmental pollution, with factories emitting smoke and toxic waste into the air and surrounding water. This negatively affected air and water quality, contributing to public health problems. Industrialization exacerbated social inequalities. Factory workers, often poorly paid and subjected to difficult working conditions, lived in precarious conditions, while the upper classes enjoyed greater comforts. In summary, although the Industrial Revolution brought improvements in construction and housing availability, it also presented significant challenges that adversely affected living conditions in industrial cities. These challenges contributed to the formation of social and urban reform movements seeking to address inequities and improve the quality of life in the industrial era. During the 20th century, architecture underwent a radical transformation with the adoption of new materials and design philosophies. The introduction of materials such as reinforced concrete and glass marked the emergence of modern architecture, and the Bauhaus movement played a crucial role in influencing functional and minimalist design. The invention and popularization of reinforced concrete allowed the construction of stronger and more versatile structures. Modern architects used concrete to create buildings with innovative shapes and structures that were not possible before. The widespread use of glass in modern architecture transformed the aesthetics of constructions. Large windows, glass facades, and transparent structures became distinctive features of 20th century architecture. The Bauhaus movement, founded in Germany in 1919, advocated for the integration of form and function. Architects of this movement sought to design buildings and objects that were practical, efficient, and aesthetically pleasing. The Bauhaus approach influenced the development of minimalist design, characterized by simplicity, functionality, and efficient use of space. Homes adopted clean lines, neutral colors, and furniture that served a specific function without excessive ornamentation. Modern architecture favored the creation of open and bright spaces in homes. Large windows and open design concepts contributed to a sense of spaciousness and connectivity with the surroundings. Attention to the environment became a key consideration. Architects sought to integrate constructions with the surrounding nature, using elements such as interior courtyards, gardens, and terraces to create a harmonious relationship between the interior and exterior. The adoption of minimalism in interior design led to simplified and stripped-down lifestyles. The idea was to live with the essentials, contributing to more organized and easy-to-maintain environments. The interconnectedness of spaces in modern homes reflected a more contemporary understanding of home life. Living areas, kitchens, and dining rooms were integrated to promote socializing and family interaction. Modern architecture also saw a growing interest in sustainability. Home design included eco-friendly considerations such as solar orientation, energy efficiency, and the use of sustainable materials. In the context of architecture and home construction, energy efficiency involves designing and constructing buildings to consume the least amount of energy possible to maintain comfortable and appropriate operating conditions. On the other hand, when referring to sustainable materials, it involves materials with a reduced environmental impact throughout their life cycle, from raw material extraction to final disposal. These materials aim to minimize natural resource depletion, reduce pollution, and decrease the carbon footprint associated with their production and use. Examples of sustainable materials include certified wood, recycled steel, low-carbon concrete, recycled materials, bamboo, cork, among others. In summary, 20th century architecture, marked by the adoption of new materials and the impact of the Bauhaus movement, not only influenced the aesthetics of constructions, but also reshaped lifestyles, encouraging functionality, simplicity, and integration with the environment. In the 21st century, that is, at present, the convergence of sustainable construction with technological advances has led to notable innovations in the way homes are designed, built, and lived in. Sustainable constructions are planned with consideration for the relationship with the natural environment. Environmentally oriented design aims to maximize natural light, utilize natural ventilation, and minimize impact on surrounding ecosystems. 3D printing has revolutionized construction by allowing the rapid and efficient creation of complex structures. In home construction, 3D printing is used to create walls, structures, and components, reducing material waste and speeding up construction times. Home automation, or smart home technology, has transformed how people interact with their homes. Smart systems controlled by electronic devices enable efficient management of lighting, heating, security systems, and other aspects, enhancing comfort and reducing energy consumption. The incorporation of sensors and the Internet of Things, IoT, in sustainable construction allows real-time monitoring and management of building performance. This includes optimizing climate control, intelligent water management, and data collection to enhance operational efficiency. Smart homes driven by technology offer residents the ability to control and customize their environment efficiently. This not only improves the quality of life, but also enables more conscious resource consumption. Sustainable construction also includes the implementation of efficient waste management systems, promoting the reduction, reuse, and recycling of construction materials and household waste. Planning sustainable communities addresses mobility, promoting the use of eco-friendly transportation and designing neighborhoods that facilitate access to essential services without overly relying on individual transportation. Sustainable construction not only focuses on individual homes, but also on the development of energy-efficient communities that share resources, such as community renewable energy systems and shared green spaces. Despite advances in sustainable construction aimed at improving energy efficiency and reducing environmental impact, it is also necessary to consider the social impact of these trends on contemporary society. In the 21st century, there is a trend toward a more individualistic society, where people seek to customize and control their living environments more efficiently through technologies like home automation. Smart homes, driven by technology and automation, reflect the growing individualization of society. Residents have the ability to customize their living spaces according to their preferences, from lighting to climate control, through electronic devices. While this can improve comfort and efficiency, it can also contribute to the creation of isolated communities, where each individual focuses on their own needs and preferences rather than participating in collective decisions and actions. As communities adopt innovative technologies and sustainable construction practices, there is a risk that socio-economic disparities may intensify. The implementation of technologies such as 3D printing and home automation may not be accessible to everyone, potentially resulting in the creation of segregated communities where only some have access to the latest innovations. Furthermore, the planning of sustainable communities could lead to gentrification, excluding those who cannot afford to live in areas with advanced technologies and sustainable approaches. Gentrification is an urban process in which an area or neighborhood, typically degraded or of low resources, undergoes significant demographic and economic change. This change is characterized by the arrival of new, more economically affluent residents, often linked to the renewal and revitalization of infrastructure and urban space. While sustainable construction and innovative technologies offer environmental and efficiency benefits, addressing social aspects is crucial to avoid a more fragmented and inequitable society. Sustainable construction in the 21st century goes beyond energy efficiency and encompasses a more holistic perspective on the relationship between buildings, the environment, and the quality of life of their inhabitants. Balancing individual efficiency and social inclusion must be a comprehensive consideration in the planning and adoption of sustainable practices in 21st century construction. And so concludes the trilogy of 3 videos on the evolution of constructions and the ways of life involved in each. If you enjoyed the video, let us know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, and activate notifications. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so through Patreon. Thank you very much, and until a new historical journey.